Let's get those likes up before we start. We have 17 people watching, 20 people watching it right now. 13 likes. Get those likes up, guys. Come on. Support your boy. Support your boy. Appreciate it. I get $3.99. Welcome to another episode of the Blitz Pickup on our podcast at every Monday through Friday scheduled live stream at 6 p.m. only here on YouTube, brought to you by yours truly, Beastwriter, Ryan Sakamoto. I am your host, and we are going to leave, again, no stone unturned. This was the second day of mandatory minicamp, and again, we had the same format as yesterday. The only difference is we didn't get Coach McDaniel to kick off the day, right? The festivities today, it went straight into practice, and then we had the players come in after, and we had a lot of discussions with coaches and players, right? So we had Mick Lombardi, the offensive coordinator with the Raiders. So he had him talk today. We also got Robert Spillane, got some insight on the freshly new off-ball linebacker coming over from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I'm very high on. It's no surprise here at Raiders headquarters. They know how I feel about Robert Spillane. So, again, the same diagnostics when it comes to Peter Skoronski. They know I'm high on Robert Spillane, right? I have grades on Robert Spillane covering for Sports Illustrated for the Steelers. And so, again, I have grades on a lot of different players. You know, had grades on Bilal Nichols last year, right? That was my underrated free agent signing that no team was really talking about. And I was like, man, like, how is that possible? Same thing is going to happen with Robert Spillane. I think you're going to be happy with what he brings to the table in terms of his physical presence, being tough, physical, and fast on all three levels. Now, people can talk about how he's not very good as an off-ball linebacker, but again, we can talk about that in my grading system all day, all game long, right? There's only three guys who are true off-ball linebackers who can cover, right? And we're talking about Shaquille Leonard, Fred Warner, and of course, Roquan Smith. All right. So again, let's not get it twisted. And before you push a narrative that is false, let's go ahead and look at the apples to apples comparison when running the grades only here that you'll find in the DOB. So if you guys like that kind of those golden nuggets, if you will, if you guys like that kind of curated information, proprietary information that you can only find here in the DOB, shoot me a super chat, shoot me a super thanks. Show me that you guys appreciate the work that I put on the daily grind for all of you guys working literally 75, 80 hours a week, right? If you really think about it and break it down, it's a lot of man hours that I put into this. And again, just hopping on the live stream is not easy. There's some people say, oh yeah, how would you like it if I hopped on the live stream? And it's like, they're like, oh, maybe it's not as easy as Beast makes it look. It's not easy. This is not easy talking football. I can talk about nonsense all I want, but I don't, because I only have 24 hours in a day. I need to make sure that we hit the ground running. But again, if you guys would like to support the channel through a super chat, super sticker, please do so. Again, it helps motivate these live streams a lot. And again, this is my 9 to 5, right? I'm not doing this for fun. This is actually what I do for a living. And again, if you guys can't support me through a super chat or super sticker, there's 24 of you guys watching. Just give this video a thumbs up. That is free 99. So I'm not asking for a penny more or a penny less, just asking for a like, and a like is worth 1,000 hugs. So again, just like Daniel Kim says, salute nation. Remember to hit the likes and the bell notification on the way in to get all things DOB when they drop. And again, if you noticed, I'm not posting stuff on Instagram anymore. I'm rarely posting stuff on Facebook. I don't have time for that. I'm like, okay, if you don't have a YouTube channel, that's on you. Like, if you don't have if you don't have a YouTube account, that's on the person, because again, you only have so many social media platforms to be on, right? Some people are on Instagram, but they're not on Twitter. Some people are on Twitter, but they're not on YouTube. Some people are on YouTube, but they're not on Facebook. So it's just like, I'm not going to be promoting everything all at one time. It's like, if I post it on one social media platform, that's it. I'm not going to cross promote it, because again, I'm on to the next thing. And so that's how I've been doing it over the past 2 months now. Rarely have you seen me posting on Facebook. Rarely have you seen me posting on Twitter. Rarely have you seen me posting on Instagram and IG stories, right? I'll put up these teasers and put up some of the live streams to that. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, that's a lot of legwork for me. Like, in itself, working 65, 70 hours a work week, and then obviously bodybuilding on top of that. Like, before I even hopped on this live stream, burned 1,000 calories, went straight from Raiders headquarters, got back at 2. And then I went from 2 to 3, did my conditioning. So I did 1,000 calories in under an hour on the Stairmaster. And then I hit my strength and conditioning right before hopping on this live stream, getting something in my system, because I haven't ate all day. All I had was a bag of Cheetos. Thank God for the Raiders for giving me that. But because otherwise I'd be on empty. So really, those Cheetos, by the way, are good. Those jalapeno Cheetos, talked about it with Vic Tafer today, going off subject, but I'm just letting you guys know my schedule. Like, look, we got 0 super chats yesterday. And I was like, that's the first time in a very long time we got 0. We got a goose egg on the super chat. Nothing. And we were on for 1 hour and 38 minutes. So again, if you guys have the means to do so, and here's the question that I ask. All right. And I know times are tougher. I'm only talking to people who can afford it, because obviously some of you can. And if you like the value that I bring to the table, there's two ways we can go about this. One, I can make it to where I can have channel memberships, right? If you ever look on YouTube, people have channel memberships for subscriber only content. I don't want to do that. I want to make it as free as possible for all of you. But in order to make that happen, we have to have some type of streamline, right? Because if I just said, hey, we're calling it subscriber only channel memberships and it's $10.99 a month, I could easily make money. I already know. You guys already know what I bring to the table, so you guys know it's worth $10.99. Odds are probably more than that, probably like $14.99 or $15.99, and people would pay for that, because all my stuff would be, you'd have to pay to play, right? Like, if you're going to be a content stealer, you're going to have to steal that, and you're going to have to be paying for fee for that. But I want to make this as free as possible. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's the thing. It's like, I think people take for granted, like when I say that I really do put in the work, I really do put in the work. And so the fact, I was kind of discouraged, I'll be honest, that we got 0 super chats. That was the first time in a very long time. So I was like, should I hop on this live stream? Because I got to make my money. Should I be personal training someone? Because again, I have my guy Yato, who I'm supposed to be personal training. And I held it off this week. It's like, I got these scheduled live streams. But then I was like, man, like, I could easily have made in one personal training session $95, $100 in 60 minutes of work. So like, it's kind of like one of those things where I understand that times are tough. But then again, it comes down to the likes. So if it's not the money, it's definitely the likes, right? Like, we should have more likes than what we've been getting. And so that's another thing, is like, I understand times are tough, but just give this video a thumbs up, and that is free. And that's all you have to do, and engage with us. That's all I care about. And again, time is money. So you guys are going to want to watch the replays, right? You guys are going to want to watch the replays. And so I'm not like being one of those people like, oh yeah, you got to pay me money or else I'm not going to do these. No, I'm still going to do these. This is my 9 to 5. What I'm saying is, if you like the valued content and you have the means to do so, then shoot me some value in return, showing me the love. Hey, I appreciate you do this on a daily grind, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, all day, every day. GA Patriot, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, jalapeno Cheetos can save your life, bro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat, man. And again, yeah, by the way, I have jalapeno Cheetos. Talked about the Vic Tafer today. And Vic was over there and he saw me. I had 2 bags of jalapeno Cheetos. Like, man, this is a lifesaver. It really is. And every time the Raiders give us that, I'm like, yes, we got the jalapeno Cheetos. And no one really eats those, which is weird. Like, I'm like, I'll eat those. I'll eat those all day. So thank you so much, GA Patriot. I appreciate it. Space Chimp, thank you so much. He said, I appreciate you, Beast. You grayed out Duke Shelley yet? I did not grade out Duke Shelley yet. I will go ahead and get those grades for you now that you sent me a super chat, because now it makes it worthwhile. No, I was going to do that anyways, man. But no, that is kind of on the back burner. I did have a close eye on him today in the mandatory minicamp when watching him, and he's very fluid. You know, the one thing about it though is he's in shorts just like everyone else. So it's like, what can I really, what can I say? The guy is good in shorts. He's fluid in his back pedal. You can't really gauge from that, you know. See, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the film. So for you, Space Champ, I know you and a few other people have been asking for the Duke Shelley grades. I'm going to go ahead and go back and actually formulate those grades for you. And again, that's going to take hours, right? So in grading 17 games of Duke Shelley, you're talking about 45 minutes per game. So 45 minutes times 17, that's what you're going to get on the grades on Duke Shelley. Just like any other player, right? So let's say like Jimmy Garoppolo plays 13, 14 games, right? So 13, 14 games times 45 minutes per game. And then you round about the whole entire roster of the Raiders times 32 NFL teams on the top players around the league on offense and defense. And then you tell me how many, you see what I'm saying? It adds up, right? So like, that's why I say when this proprietary information, when I put it on the table, it's like, it's a lot of work on the back end that you guys don't see. And I could be making stuff up and you guys would never know the difference, but I don't do that. I don't do that. I give it to you 110% because I have integrity. And I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from in the sense that in order to push out these grading systems that you want, in order to push out some of these videos that you like, from my perspective, it really takes time. Like just implementing the thumbnail of how to do things, it takes a really, really long time to just implement the thumbnails. Because again, I am a one-man show. I am the content creator. I am the beat writer. I am also the thumbnail image guy. I am the graphic designer guy. I am the lighting guy, sound check guy, the live streaming guy. All this is I have to pay for, right? All this pro audio equipment here. And so again, all this in a nutshell on a daily basis, and then going there as my 9 to 5, and also keeping up with my personal training fitness grind. Because you guys know the Divine Diablo thing. You guys know how I broke it down. Even if you don't even like me, I had haters coming on my channel watching what I had to say because they know this is my space. They know this is my space. Me and Levi Edwards talked about it today. He's like, bodybuilding's your thing, this and that, blah, 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 right? Everyone knows. It's not a secret. It's all on the NPC website. You know what I mean? It's like, so all I'm saying is a lot of things that happen behind the scenes go unnoticed. And sometimes I feel like I have to tell you guys because again, what you guys don't know, you don't know. And I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you as in like, oh my gosh, you guys have to send me. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying engage with me through a like, engage with me on the platform, and then watch all my videos if you can't donate through a super chat or a super thanks or a Venmo donation. And the reason I say that is because if you can't donate money, donate your time, because time is money, and that's how I make money. And so again, I want to continue doing this, but again, I got to be honest with you. There's so many other things and other ways I could be making money, like personal training, online coaching, easy money. And I'm going to be doing that, by the way. So it's at this point, I want to be able to come on a live stream every day at 6 p.m. I don't have to do this right now, but I like doing it because I like talking to you guys. But again, give this video a thumbs up. There's 29 of you guys watching right now. And it's one of those things where I really appreciate you guys. But again, we had 0 super chats yesterday. I was kind of like, wow, we got 0 super chats. But thank you so much. We got a Venmo donation from DK Daniel Kim. Mahalo for the love. He says binoculars and step ladder fun. Well, good thing is I don't need a step ladder now, so we can watch from the bleachers. So we're allowed to watch from the bleachers. And I got a good vantage point. We're going to talk about this today. So a lot of us were in the bleachers today just to get an extra vantage point on the closest bleacher on my side, closest to the field side, I guess you would say. It was me, Paul Gutierrez from ESPN, Levi Edwards, Vic Tafer. So we were on that one side. And on the flip side, on the far side, it was Vinny Bonsignori. It was Mark Anderson. It was, who else was over there? It was Tashawn Reed. I'm missing one more person. Oh, Q was there. So again, we're all up in the bleachers just to get a extra strong vantage point, and we got some good stuff. But no, thank you so much, Space Chimp. I appreciate it, my guy. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Holly Tanner's in the house. Holly, how are you today, my brother? How you doing, Holly? Good to see you today. She says, you are the best brother. Well, I appreciate it. Holly's one of those people that, by the way, Daniel Kim, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it, bro. Really does mean a lot. And DK, just, DK, D-Menace, Auntie Six, Space Chimp, GA Patriot, Boogie, all you guys have been nothing but good vibes only. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. We're all about the good vibes only. Raider says, let's go. Time is definitely money. Yeah, let's go. Time is definitely money. It is. It really is. hit the like button. Definitely hit the like button. There's 35 of you guys watching right now. Let's just see how many likes we have. We have 33 likes. And see, that's what I mean. We have 33 likes and 35 people watching it. So this is what I mean. Just a like is free. Like it's free. So do your boy a solid and hit the like button right now. It's free. Am I asking for like money? But even that is hard for some people. Like, or they, it's just like, it's right there on the bottom. It's just smash the like button and subscribe. Like, unless you don't know how to read, I'm joking. No, kind of not joking, because that is free. Like, that takes 1 second to hit the like button, and that helps me. But I don't know why people don't want to do that. And that's what's frustrating, is like, okay, if it's not one thing, it's just something else. If it's not something else, then it's something else. It's not something, it's always something. But home of the good vibes only, the one thing is, the like is free, and it takes like 1/10 of 1 second of your time. And you're already watching this. Daniel Kim says, are you sitting next to Harry too? No, Harry was not there today. Harry was on Raider Nation Radio. So he wasn't there today. And I apologize for the camera. By the way, there's comments saying that there's like people like shooting, like there's like kind of audio in the background of my videos. I can't help that. There's those with the photographers, and it makes a loud clicking noise. I know it's annoying. Yeah, they're usually in the back or the side there, but yes, I couldn't help it. I mean, the guy was there, so I mean, I get it. But it was kind of loud. Like, it was like, I'm like, oh my gosh. A little too loud. I think you can tone it down a little bit. So I apologize. It's not my fault. It wasn't my audio. It was just the photographer that was right there was shooting like literally over 100 shots in that 1 second. And I'm sorry. Sorry, it wasn't. I'm sorry, it wasn't my fault, but what can I do? Maybe next time I'll say, hey, can you take 50 shots instead of 100 shots? Literally, it was like 100 shots. Someone was like, dang, how many shots is he shooting? Like, it's going off like 1,000 times. I don't know. He wants that perfect angle. That perfect. Maurice Babyface Hamilton says, defense is going to be the sleepers. Aren't Raider Nation for life. Yeah, man, defense is going to be the sleepers. Juan Navarro says they're probably just window shopping. G.A. Patriot says, hey, Beast, what's up with Renfro today, bro? Okay, so this is the story. This is how it went down. All right, and again, there's 34 of you guys watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I bring to the table. I really, really appreciate it. Getting to your question on the Renfro dynamic today and how that went down. So we were watching practice, right? And I was taking attendance. I had my notebook out, pen and paper, and I was like, okay, who was here yesterday? Who wasn't here yesterday? Let's go ahead and start there first. And I'm like, Hunter Renfro was here. Okay, cool. So I'm sitting there just, talking to PG, talking to, Levi, and we're just watching practice and observing and as they're stretching. And so like, as they go into their individual work, Vinny's like, hey, do you see Hunter Renfro? I was like, I don't see him. I was like, but I told Vinny, I was like, hey, I have bad eyes to begin with, man. Like, you know me. And he starts laughing. I was like, I'll look for you. Yesterday it was Jacorian Bennett. Me and Vinny were trying to find out Jacorian Bennett, and we found him. But Hunter Renfro. Okay, get back to Hunter Renfro. So I was like, I can't see him. And so he comes back and says, have you seen Hunter Renfro? Like, this is like maybe 45 minutes in. Because we saw him, but then we didn't see him. So it was like, where'd he go? Like, it was like Casper the Ghost. Like, where'd he go? Like, he disappeared. And so we couldn't find him. And then we were supposed to talk to him today. He was scheduled to talk after practice. So we're like, oh, yes, we got Hunter Renfro today. We're getting Hunter Renfro. We can talk to Hunter Renfro. Everybody wants Hunter Renfro, right? Everybody wants Hunter Renfro. And then they switch it to Daniel Carlson for whatever the case may be. So I don't know. I mean, Vinny tweeted out that he could have tweaked something, right? But we don't know. We don't know what happened to Hunter Renfro. We have no idea what happened to Hunter Renfro. And so it is concerning, right? Because June 1 was the post deadline to be traded. And here we are post June 1. It's June 7th. So I don't know. But hey, it is also interesting that the Raiders posted up his content, right? Of him catching passes on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. So I don't know what's going on. He looked fine to me. But maybe I missed something. So I don't know what's going on with Hunter Renfro. I'm not going to try, even though, I was one of the handful of people that were there, and it was raining, but it was sprinkling, by the way, which is really, really cool here in June. But I couldn't really make out like what happened to Hunter Renfro. Like, I'm not going to speculate. I'm one of those people that doesn't like to assume things or conspiracy theories or anything like that. I'm not one of those guys like, let's just make up a story here. No, I'm not going to do that. You can go find other, people that want to do that and go that route. Me, I give it to you straight. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not the guy to go to for that information because I don't know. And none of us really know. When I left Raiders headquarters, actually, before hitting the gym and then hopping on this Pick 6 at 6 live stream for the Don't Blitz pickup, it was one of those things where, look, I knew the questions were coming in. But the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. We're going to have more information tomorrow, I guarantee you, on where he was. He could have been getting treatment. He could have been, you don't know. He could. Look, there's a lot of people who weren't practicing but are still in the building, right? So again, even though they have 100% attendance, not including Josh Jacobs, but he doesn't count because obviously he didn't sign his tender, so he can't be at mandatory minicamp because he didn't sign his tender. You can't find him. But at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen for Hunter Renfro. Holly Tanner says, hashtag let me write this down. Yeah, let me write this down. Let me write this down movement. Boogie says, just going to assume Renfro just had a personal emergency he had to take care of until we're told otherwise. Party Artie says, hey, Beast, name 3 sleeper players that you think may make some noise that no one is really talking about. Well, I already went on record, said Christopher Smith is a guy that no one really is talking about. I think he's going to make some noise. Here's an interesting one. And no, I talked about it with my boy Levi today. I don't know if I want to tell you guys because someone's going to be on the let me write this down movement. Be like, oh, I'm hearing that this player is really shining and training in mandatory minicamp. He's playing lights out. And I'm looking around. Who's here? There's only a handful of people here. Vinny, did you? Right? Come on. It's the people who aren't there that are stealing our content that pretend that they're there. That's what irritates me. That just irritates the crap out of me. But if you want to talk about sleepers, right, I would say Christopher Smith would definitely be one of them. Jacorian Bennett, I think he's not a sleeper. I think that's the expectation. You don't draft a guy in the 3rd round, especially not re-signing Rock Yassin. And then obviously signing Duke Shelley and Brandon Faison and going after some of these defensive backs and having Nate Hobbs back in the fold and Amik Robertson back in the fold. But, I mean, you have guys there that you can kind of work with, like David Long Jr., right, with starting experience coming from the LA Rams. So, in a nutshell, Jacorian Bennett is a guy that everybody wants to talk about, but I'm going to give them that, right? I'll let them have that piece because everyone's talking to Jacorian Bennett. I was like, okay, let me roll the dice the other way. Let me find someone else. Because everyone's talking about Jacorian Bennett, number 29. For me, it's like, okay, it's like beating a dead horse. If I just talk about Jacorian Bennett too, it's like, oh, I'm like the 7th guy in line. Take a number, bro. I want to roll someone else. So I'm going to go Christopher Smith, number 42. I'm going to roll with Christopher Smith, and here's why. I think people are talking about his defensive skill set. I'm going to say the splash he's going to make on special teams. He might lead this team in special teams tackles this year. You heard it here first. Christopher Smith might be a special teams ace that no one is talking about, and he might lead the team in special teams tackles. Let me write this down. Everyone's talking, oh, he could be the starter. Who said that? Right here. Who was the bold prediction I said on Raider Nation Radio on the Raiders.com podcast? Right here. Okay, that's already a bold prediction. But let's kind of break it down in layers here. Okay, so if you know NFL, the game of football is broken down into 3 moving parts, right? You have offense, defense, and you have the kicking game, which is special teams, an often overlooked phase in the NFL. And so if you tend to do that, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. So for me, I look at these rookies and say, okay, which guy can actually shine in the kicking game? That's where you're going to get your bread and butter, right? Coming in as a rookie, because a lot of these guys are already established and they have a lot of veterans on the back end there, right? Look at all these defense signings they brought in. Forget the defensive backfield I just freaking said off the top of my head. You look at guy, we can even include Marcus Epps in that equation, right? Coming from the Philadelphia Eagles, he came with an INT today in team drills. But and don't read too much into that, by the way. The team drill, it's INTs, because again, it's in shorts and it's like, I mean, there's some plays out there where guys aren't even making plays on the football because it has to be, it can't be live contact, right? So there's no live contact allowed. So you have to be very careful, because no live contact. So again, if it's no live contact, then would it have really been an interception? All right, because you got to protect your own teammates, because a lot of stuff happens. But okay, I'll give you 3. Sorry, I'll give you 3. Party Artie. Let's go Christopher Smith. All right, let's go Nite Muti. No one's talking about Nite Muti. Everyone's talking about Alex Bars, the continuity on the line. And look, I love Alex Bars. Love him. Let's talk about Nite Muti. All right, the guy who I liked, who he described his game to me in one word. If you see my locker room pulse interview questions from last year, again, double down on those beast receipts. What did he label his game as? If you guys watch the replays like I asked you to, you would know. What did he describe his game in one word when asked Nite Muti, coming over from the Denver Broncos? Nasty. He's nasty. He has a nasty mean streak. He plays to the whistle. And again, he has the fluidity and lateral agility to play interior guard. This guy is powerful at the point. And again, that's strong. And it's that ox-man strength that you're going to see from Nite Muti at the point. Don't be surprised if Nite Muti makes some noise when training camp rolls around. But, Nite Muti, wow, this guy. But then again, okay, look. Hey, the beast receipts suck. Okay, they suck. I'm calling myself out. Not afraid to say. I told Vic today, we were joking about it, about my Lester Cotton prediction. I was like, this time last year, B said Lester Cotton was arguably the best interior guard on the team. Oh, man, that beast receipt did not check out. Whoops. Whoop. One for the haters. There you go. One for the haters. There you go. But that's kind of how it goes. But again, look, I like Nite Muti. I like him a lot. GA Patriot says, I love Renfro as much as the next guy, but the writing seems to be on the wall. Getting out of his contract could get Jacobs. Yes. And I broke that down. I broke that scenario down on the previous live stream, so you must be watching, GA Patriot. $11.2 million to be exact was the cap savings as a post-June 1 trade. All right. How do I remember that? This is what I do every day. I have no life. You guys are my life. Daniel Kim says, facts, GA. I like Renfro too, but Jacob signing is a must for me. Here's the thing. And there's people talking at Raiders headquarters about this, right? How do I know? Because I work there. I work at Raiders headquarters. Oh my gosh. Cool story. You guys know that. Okay. Again, you only have 24 hours to follow who you want to follow. You can follow someone who's, I'm hearing this. Are you there? Here. Let me just give it to you straight. Let me get some coffee. Let's get these likes up right now. I appreciate all you guys. Here's a funny one. And before we go ahead and talk about, let's get to Josh Jacobs first. All right. So there's people talking. I talked to some people today. And yesterday, and actually the last few days, right? And I was like, hey, what's going to happen with Josh Jacobs? Like, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with Josh Jacobs? They always joke, that's your boy. I'm like, man, you guys already know how I feel about Josh Jacobs. I broke down the front-loaded money deal that he's going to be asking for, likely, right? It's not set in stone, or it's not something that I was told, right? It's just, look, the beast receipts check out on my contract, okay? So when I just talked about Lester Cotton and interior guard position and how I suck at that in training camp last year, hopefully I double down on those gains and actually double or nothing this year when it comes to Nite Muti. We already know about Dylan Parham. That's a given. That's my guy. But the right side, all right? So here's another thing. And I like Alex Bars too, by the way. But here we go, all right? When we're talking about contracts, right? And I broke down Hunter Renfro and Darren Waller and what the expected value would be on the valuation for evaluation of the player. I got it down to what? Go check the Beast receipts on that. Down to what, $1 or $2 million? The contract down to the exact number of years. The APY down to the exact range that I said it would be. The guaranteed money in a front-loaded deal based on the production, based on the age, based on the other factors that I brought forth to you guys here on the live show. So again, when it comes to Josh Jacobs, same things apply. Now, the question remains to be seen. Is he going to sign? Because here's the thing. He's not in the building. He's not even in the building right now. Forget practicing, but he's not even in the building. So, like, he must be really upset. Josh Jacobs must be really upset. And I don't blame Josh. If I was Josh Jacobs, I'd be pissed off too. Here's why. Because as much as I love GM Dave Ziegler, as much as I like Champ Kelly and the way they're doing things there, I also love Josh Jacobs, right? So I see it from both sides. And from a business standpoint, the GM is saying, hey, look, we value you. You know, we declined your 5th-year option. You're in a contract year by default now. And if you ball out of control, that's on us. And everything will work itself out, right? That's what GM Dave Ziegler said. Hey, we didn't sign him to that extension, right? We didn't give him that 5th-year option. Now, the ball's in JJ's court, right? Because now what happens? Now JJ balls out of control. GM Dave Ziegler, midway through the year, said what? He said, if JJ continues to play, he would have been playing the 86-yard touchdown run against the Seahawks to win. One-man show. My gosh. Everything will take care of itself. JJ's looking at this now saying, hey, I got 2,053 scrimmage yards, was number 1 in the NFL in rushing, number 1 in the NFL in first downs, number 1 in the NFL in all these statistical categories with an offensive line that wasn't as strong as guys like Nick Chubb out of Georgia, who had Joe Bitonio, all-pro, who had Jack Conklin, who had Jedrick Willis, right? Jedrick Willis. Wyatt Tiller. So what's going to happen? You're going to have to pay me. Okay, so what does that look like? I broke it down. That's why I said there could possibly be a contract snag in real time. Go check the replays. If you guys watch all my replays that I put up on the Josh Jacobs contract situation, again, you only have 24 hours in a day. You choose to follow what you want to follow. But again, I did this, 3 months ago before the draft, talking about Josh Jacobs' expected contract and why there could potentially be a contract snag even before he got slapped with the non-exclusive franchise tag and the difference between the non-exclusive franchise tag and an exclusive franchise tag and what the difference in pay looks like there and what the parameters are. See, that's I say, go watch all my videos that you haven't watched. I'm not going to rehash that. I mean, that's, again, I put these out there for you so you guys can go and see what I have to say in real time. Check the timestamp. Everything's timestamp. I can't say I said it or didn't say it in real time back then. I said it. Oh, you didn't say it. No, it's posted, bro. I said it. Okay. But check those out. Watch the replays. But what I say about it, look, all the numbers are in there. Everything still holds true. We talked about Christian McCaffrey. We talked about guys who are in the tier that Josh Jacobs is in and what the expected valuation versus evaluation would be on that. So again, when it comes to Josh Jacobs, we talked about this, right? We beat it like a dead horse and we talked about it. Because they always say they heard it from their source when it was just them spying on Beast live stream. Yeah, we ain't lying about that though. And the funny thing is, you're not the first person that said that. Someone else today said the same thing. Two people said the same thing. Two. Not one, but two. And now you're the three. Now that's the three, the trifecta. Here we go. Let me write this down. It is interesting. It is. And people to ask, hey, are you frustrated? I'm like, what you think? I'm outside my mind right now. Because I put in all forth the effort. And there's no way people can come up with the stuff that I come up with. DK says, I want to see Merrick and Shelley in pads and how fast they play with the ones. Yeah, absolutely. And here's another thing, by the way. Just heads up for all the people that are taking our videos and stealing our videos during mandatory minicamp, OTA. I warned you guys before. I'm going to warn you guys again. You built up the following that you have. Man, you guys grind it with the following and build up your Instagram accounts and build up your YouTube. Look, the last thing you want to do is have someone take it down because you're infringing on someone's information. You're infringing on someone's copyright videos, right? Because when I post a video, that's mine. I could technically sue you for that. Trust me. And right now, it's at the point where can't speak for anyone else, but I'm just gonna say, be careful. Be careful. I'm just not just saying, be careful. Be careful. And trust me, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only beat writer who's kind of just saying. Juan Avalo says number 42. Yup, Christopher Smith. Okay, Jeremy Willis says I'd like to hear about Nesta Jade Silvera. Look, I would love to give you some information on Nesta Jade Silvera, but I can't. And here's why. Because they're on the third field down from the bleachers. So I do need binoculars. Because I need to be able to see what's going on over there. So I'm going to be investing in some binoculars over the weekend, getting some, and then I'm just going to start looking. I'll be like a legit scout now from like the treetop. You know how when we were kids, I don't know if you guys did it, but climb up tree just to like watch practice or something when you were kids. I don't know if you guys did that. I did that. And you had binoculars. Yeah, I'm going to do that. One of us is filling my bag with Beast receipts. There you go. People made money off my Beast receipts. I'll tell you that. Man, the messages I'd be getting. Some people don't even like the Raiders. And they're like, man, I like your information on your grading system. It helps with my fantasy football decisions. Maurice Babyface Hamilton. By the way, for fantasy football, go follow my guy, Michael Fabiano. You guys know who he is. That's my guy right there. That's my fantasy football guru. That's my go-to. My go-to is Michael Fabiano, man. That's my guy. If you guys don't know who Michael, man, he's like the fantasy football guru. It was interesting. We talked about Breece Hall, and I had a conversation with Mike about this. And then he was talking about Breece Hall on his live stream or a podcast right before or right after I posted my live stream. And I was like, man, great minds think alike. Watch out for the New York Jets, man. Watch out for the New York Jets. Daniel Kim says, does Bennett show the ability to read formation and possible route concepts? If not, he'll get taken the sack on double moves and crossing plays. Yeah, absolutely. I think he bites a little too much. I think Jacorian Bennett in my grading system, again, I ran grades on Jacorian Bennett, right? Again, 45 minutes time each game. It could be 45 minutes to an hour depending on the game, right? Because again, there's rules of engagement that apply. You have to cross-check on one single play what happened with people in the know, and it's just like, gosh, dang, this dude. Okay? So, could be longer than an hour, to be honest with you. One game could take like a few days if no one gets back to you in time. But typically, everything's kind of clear cut and dry. But when it comes to Jacorian Bennett, yes, it's very true. Like, you can't peek too much into the backfield. And again, if you do that, you're going to get caught flat-footed, and then boom. Especially in the AFC West, woo! You got to have guys like Jerry Jeudy, man. Cortland Sutton, man. Sky Moore, man. Crazy. Keenan Allen. This goes on. Mike Williams. GA Page says, this new fair catch rule going to change special teams play a lot. Yes, and this is something that Daniel Carlson touched on. And again, that question was asked by Vinny Bonsignori from the Review Journal. He asked a very good question on his thoughts for when in regards to Daniel Carlson, who replaced Hunter Renfro today up on the podium in the workroom where our office is located at, and the nameplates that you saw on the community page. But go check that out. I put this up on the community page on Daniel Carlson's response to that when it comes to kickoffs. He's not a fan, by the way. Daniel Carlson is not a fan of this. He literally said, yeah, basically, I want to kick it off, and then we should be playing football. Let me read the quote. I got it here. I'm just going to read you the quote. Again, we have a lot of people watching, 43 people watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I bring to the daily on these podcast live streams. Also, if you'd like to support through a super chat or a super sticker, like Mac Teddy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Has done so. Thank you so much, Mac Teddy, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And you guys can go ahead and send me those. Like GA Patriot. He says jalapeno Cheetos can save your life, bro. We're talking about jalapeno Cheetos because I got that at Raiders headquarters earlier. If you're just joining us, and Space Chimp, he says, appreciate you, Beast. You grayed out Duke Shelley yet, and I have not, but I will get that over to you over this weekend. Here's another thing that I got. I just want to give a special shout out to Daniel Kim as well for the Venmo donation for my binoculars fund, but I also want to give a special shout out to I got a super thanks today from Raiders headquarters for my video that I posted on my Aloha kickoff video. If you guys haven't seen my Aloha kickoff video today, go ahead and watch that. And there are some people who are asking, oh, no, muscle does not weigh more than fat. I'm like, relatively it does if you think about it, because all calories are not created equal. So when people say, oh, calories in, calories out, no. Again, this is what I do. I love it when people try to challenge my credibility on this. And it's always like a troll who doesn't have a real avatar. But here's the thing. All calories are not created equal. And there's some people who weren't trying to troll in that regard, but all calories are not created equal. Like, you cannot say fat is equivalent to proteins and carbs. It's just not, right? 4 grams of carbs, 4 grams of protein per gram, right? 4 calories per gram of each, right? When you talk about the macronutrients, and then you break it down into fats, it could be 9 is the baseline, right? 9 grams of fat per gram of fat. So, 9 calories of fat per 1 gram of fat. But here we go. And we're talking about this. I'm watching this weird commercial here. What kind of thing is that? You know those infomercials that they have a copper bullet with a copper bullet like little like hose? It has a turbo shot. What is that? But wait, there's more. All right, anyways, here we go. I want to give a special shout out right now to obviously Daniel Kim, but a really, really special shout out as well to Raider Dad. Raider Dad sent me a $25 super thanks after my Aloha kickoff video that I posted today and thanking me for the insight that I bring live. And I thought that was really a nice gesture from him. And again, if you guys want to send me those super thanks or super chats or Venmo donations, you guys can do so. But Raider Dad, thank you so much for doing that. He said he really appreciates the work that I put out. And I pinned the comment up on the Aloha kickoff video that I posted today straight from Raiders headquarters. But MS, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, is it true Renfro left practice, maybe hurt? Yes, he left practice. I'm not going to say he was maybe hurt because I didn't see him limp off the field. I didn't even see him leave the field. So I'd be lying to you if I said, yeah, he was definitely hurt. No, I'm not saying that. In fact, I didn't even see him leave the field. Just to be 100% transparent with you guys, again, I was there watching practice, but you got to remember, I'm watching 90 guys, and they spread them out across 3 different fields, right? So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way for me to keep on track of 91 players all at the same time on different parts of the field. It's like, oh, la 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 la. Like, so I don't know. I don't know. Whoever's saying that Renfro left practice because he was hurt, I would like to know who that is, because that's news to me. I mean, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that he was hurt. And I didn't see that, so I'm not going to report on that. Now I can lie. Oh yeah, Renfro tore his ACL. He's out for the year. Oh my God. No. I could do that and make tons of money, but I'm not like that, right? That's not what we do here. We don't do stuff for clickbait or rumors. We're not that. We're not that vibe here. We are not that vibe. Juan Valle says, Beast, do you have a 1-page summary of your 2023 Beast receipts? Would be cool to have it at start of the season. Then you have a show at the end of the season review receipts. I do that every year. Just hashtag Beast receipt on Twitter, or just watch my live streams and keep track of yourself. But at the end of the day, the only ones where I really get called out are the ones I got wrong. That's the only time people come out. So out of the thousands of Beast receipts that I put out throughout the course of the year, the haters only come out when I get it wrong. So if you do the research on that, let's just say, out of 1,000 Beast receipts, right? Throughout the day, who's active, who's inactive, which players are going to be playing, shining, what's their stat line look like, right? Do all that in between. How many did I get wrong last year? I got Lester Cotton wrong, and I got Trayvon Merrick wrong. Those are the only two things that I got wrong. In fact, as far as the season goes, on their record, I said they would have a 10-win season. They had 6. So again, you want to look at it from that lens? Yeah. I said they were going to miss the playoffs. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. People were saying they were going to make the playoffs. It's like, I don't see a team that's going to make the playoffs. So I was right in that regard. So that Beast receipt checked out. But as far as winning 10 games, going 10-7, they didn't, right? They only won 6 games. So those are 3 receipts that didn't check out. All the other ones pretty much checked out. Actually, didn't pretty much check out. They checked out. Said Josh Jacobs was going to have MVP season. I said this time last year, and people are, oh my gosh, this is your first year covering the Raiders. You don't know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, watch. Josh Jacobs had MVP type season. Josh, go check the Beast receipt. Who else said that? Just saying. Straight from Raiders headquarters. Just like today. But yeah, I mean, you just forget 2023. Go back to when I first started doing this back in 2010, and you check the Beast receipts. Let's just put it this way. I didn't get here by accident by being wrong, by getting it wrong. I don't think you'd be watching me if I got things wrong. One of us says, you can do a challenge to Beast Nation. We donate money for certain level of receipts. Checking out sounds like fun. I'll throw down $100 for 75%. Bro, let's do it. I'm down. I'm down for this. I am 100% down for this. So if I get a 75% hit rate on my Beast receipts, this is cake. This is cake. This is money in the bank. You sure want to do this? I am down for this. I am down for this. 100% down. The Beast receipts. Go check my Beast receipts. Go check my Beast receipts. All right, here. Juan, I appreciate this. That would be cool. I think it would be fun. And it holds me accountable when I do get it wrong. So let's say, what did I get right so far? Jimmy Garoppolo. Did he have a physical? Right? Or did the waiver replace the physical like ESPN pointed out? Right? Because they knew he was going to fail his physical. And Vinny Bonsignore knew that he was going to have a surgery before he signed the contract. So how can you fail a physical and be signed to a contract? Because if you have a failed designation, that's why you take a physical, because if you don't pass the physical, you won't be signed. That's a Beast receipt that checks out. And what I say in real time when Jimmy Garoppolo is supposed to go into his presser and Samoan Raider gave me a shout out and I tweeted it out just moments before when everyone said what was going on. I said, they're just cleaning up the final touches on the contract. Hindsight, next day, Jimmy Garoppolo, we broke it down on the live stream. See, I'm saying, well, if we're keeping track of the receipts, let's keep track of the receipts. Right? All right. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. And again, people only get loud when they get it wrong, which is not very often. That's why they get loud when I get it wrong. It's like they expect me to get it right. Niner fans know all about it. They still follow me. They make money off me, actually, for sports betting and stuff. Daniel Kiss says, Juan, count me in for that. Let's raise it to 80%. Be disrespected if his receipts only grade out at a C. Yeah, hey, I'm cool with a C. I won't be disrespected. I'm down with 75%. No, let's do it. Let's do 90%. Let's do 90%. Let's do 90%. Let's do 99%. If the receipts grayed out, send them the money through Venmo. YouTube's cut is for real. Yeah. For instance, someone sent me a $100 super chat. I only got $52 of that $100 super chat. Literally, someone sent me a $100 super chat. Get this. And I only got $52 of that $100. Crazy. Don't ask me how that works. I think they're only supposed to take 30%, but I don't know. Juan Avalos says, let's get them down on paper and put some money on hits. I agree that I expect Beast to hit at least at 80%, but I'll be willing to pay hit rate is a C for predicting. Okay, let's keep it at C then. I'm down. Juan says, it's not a C for learning known stuff. Ian Mann says, aloha, Ryan. What's going on? Jeremy Willis says, thanks, Beast. I get Warren Sapp 2.0 vibes from Nesta. Ooh. Jeremy. By the way, I love you leaving comments on my latest YouTube video that I posted. Or no, live stream. You're watching the live stream on the replay. So I'm glad you caught the replay because you had questions there and you were actually as if you're dropping comments as if it was live, and you see me liking it. I see it, Jeremy. I appreciate you. Juan Navala says, buy some binoculars. Let me write this down. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Juan Navala says Beastadamus. You know who, and here's the funny thing about this. You know who gave me this nickname? No, and again, I can't make this stuff up, right? That would be considered unethical and stuff. Chris Borland. Chris Borland, who used to play for the San Francisco 49ers, gave me this nickname when I predicted. I was the only one who predicted that he would be drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in the 3rd round, right, out of Wisconsin, when they already had all pros, 2 all pros, an off-ball linebacker in that 34 base in Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis. And then I doubled down on those gains and said they would also pick up Shane Scove out of Stanford. And I showed Chris the article that I wrote, and he looked at it. He's like, dude, that is crazy. Like, no one knew that. He's like, I didn't even know that. I was like, bro. He's like, how did you know that? I was like, dude, I watched game film. And then from that moment on, me and Chris Borland became good friends. Literally had dinners together and everything in between. His family follows me. Very smart guy. Funny you mentioned Beastadamus. Yes. See, I'm just saying that was back in 2014. All right. So my Beast receipts check out, man. More times than not. Dennis Ha, Beastadamus. He actually called me Beastradamus. But Nostradamus, I get it. Juan Navala says, did Nostradamus get a C on his predictions? No, I think it was like, wait, did Nostradamus get like mostly everything right? Federo Mid says, what's good, Beast? Good to check in. MS says, oh yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat, MS. I appreciate it. All right. What else we got going on in here? Braden Rowell says, sup, Beast? What's going on, Braden? How are you doing today? And again, there's 46 people watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what the vibe that I bring on the daily. We've been on for 55 minutes and 34 seconds, almost an hour. Juan Navarro says, Venmo, Venmo, Venmo. Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys want to support me through a Venmo donation with my Beast receipts, again, we predicted that, obviously, well, I predicted, but I say we because we're a team here. The DOB family predicted what? That the Philadelphia Eagles and GM Howie Roseman was going to trade up for who? Jalen Carter, and the Raiders were going to pass up on who? Jalen Carter, and people would say, oh my gosh, we should get that. I was like, we're going to pass Jalen Carter. Check out the Beast. That's 2 Beast, and that's another Beast receipt that doesn't have to do with the Raiders, but it does because, again, you have to know the dynamics of the other 31 if you're going to talk about the team that you're mostly covering. This is how I do it. This is my flavor. This is what I bring to the table. See that 5,000 times fast. One of us says, I don't use Venmo, I use Zelle. I think I'm on Zelle too. You guys can find me on Zelle. I'm also on PayPal. Mika from Germany, basically, thank you so much. He found me on PayPal, and he sent me a $10 donation through PayPal. I don't know how he found me through PayPal. I'm also on PayPal, by the way. And you guys can find, I don't even know what my PayPal is. No, I do. I'll be sure to post that up on the link in the description box below as well. But no, Venmo is what I mainly use. If you guys want to send me a super chat or super thanks, you can find me on Zelle as well. Oh man, Mr. Goldfarb says, let's look at the schedule. Okay, what do you want to see about the schedule? Jeremy Willis says, Beast, who's your pick for the 3rd linebacker after Diablo and Spillane? That's a good question. I think I'll reserve comment on that until how I see the Coach Graham's going to use these guys. Again, I thought it was interesting that Divine Diablo was wearing the green dot. I know he wore it last year, obviously, and talking to him and getting those locker room post interview insider access questions that you guys all come to love. And from my Beast perspective, but if Robert Spillane, I mean, are they going to switch to a 34 base? I mean, that's a Jade Silvera is a 2-gapper, right? He's a 2-gap defensive tackle. Which in hindsight means what? 34 base, right? He's not going to be much of an interior rusher. Don't get me wrong. He does have some, but when I grade the film, I don't see a guy who's going to be consistently rushing. I don't see a Warren Sapp 2.0, Jeremy. But now what here? That's a Beast receipt, right? I don't see Warren Sapp 2.0. So that's a Beast receipt. See, I'm saying Beast, everything I'm saying is a Beast receipt. So it's literally thousands of, in one live stream, I probably leave like hundreds of Beast receipts, right? That's one Beast receipt. Oh, man. On to 6 says, Beast, who's wearing the green dot? That would be Divine Diablo. Dark says, I'm also on OnlyFans. Dark, you're funny. All right. Which, by the way, people said I should get an OnlyFans because I guess reporters use it too, not for the other thing that we're talking about, like the adult content. But no, I guess people use it for like subscription-based stuff. All right. So again, we've been on for 1 hour, 53 seconds right now. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and sending me a super chat. I really, really appreciate it. It helps push these live streams. Look, we've been on for a long time. Again, if you're just tuning in or watching the replay and you would like to support the DOB here on YouTube, you guys can send me a super thanks like Mika from Germany has, like Raider Dad has. Raider Dad 559. Thank you so much for the super thanks that you gave me today on today's live stream. I really appreciate, not today's live stream, today's Aloha kickoff video. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, there's a lot of things going on today. I really wanted to touch base with you guys because tomorrow's the last day of mandatory minicamp. And again, if you guys haven't looked on the community page, if you guys notice, right, here's another thing, right? Huge shocker. If you turn on the bell notifications, you guys already know. That's why I keep on telling you guys are already subscribed to the channel. Why am I talking on the community page? Only those who turned on the bell notification after subscribing and have the notification set to all would know this. I've been doing this for a while now. On the YouTube community page, I post a lot of content. A lot of Beast receipts are posted there on the community page on YouTube. So again, that's why I keep on encouraging people to turn on that bell notification once you subscribe to the channel, because otherwise you're going to be missing out on something. So it's not as easy as simply subscribing to the channel. You got to flip on that bell notifications on your social media device that you're on, and smartphone, would it be an Android, iPhone, laptop, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, whatever the case may be, your tablet, right? Any kind of smart gadget that you have that you can turn on the bell notification so you get notified when I go live or upload content straight from Raider's Head. Because again, I'm not going to be, there's only so many, I mean, once I post a practice video, I'm on to the next practice video and I'm posting that bad boy, right? So again, if you want to see what I bring to the table first before anyone else, because I hope you guys go to me as your number one source for Raiders content, right? I'm going to be your go-to guy, right? Because the Beast receipts check out, right? They have a grading system and all that other cool stuff. So if I'm your flavor, again, everyone brings a cool flavor. Everyone does, right? Vinny brings a cool flavor. Hondo brings his own flavor, which is really good. Who else we got? Vinny, I just mentioned Vinny, Vic, Tashawn, all these guys, right? Adam Hill, PG, Case, right? My boy Case who's on here, right? We all bring our own Beastwriter flavor to the table. At the end of the day, that's what I bring. That's my flavor. And so I hope you guys like my flavor. And that's why you guys are watching me here. Because again, it does take a lot of hours to do it. I could easily say, you know what? I'm not going to do grading systems anymore. And I'd still be good at my job. I'd be like, no, I'm going to be done with the grading system. Right? That would shave off 70 hours of my work week. Literally, think about that. If I took away my grading system, that literally shaves off 70 hours of my work week. Literally. Probably a little bit more because I'm probably watching film at least 10 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm probably a little bit more if you're concluding college film. I don't sleep. And you guys know that because you guys know based on the comments. I get back to you at odd hours. And I'll do a live stream. I'll respond to your comments. And then all of a sudden it's 2 hours later and I'm still responding to comments. And you guys got your full 8 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep. I'm still working. Why? Because I can't lie about what I do. This is live. Like, I can't be like, oh yeah, I have a grading system. Yeah, okay. You guys have grades on a player? Sure. Boom. Which game do you want? Bam, 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 bam. How many targets? How many blah, blah, right? Here we go. We leave no stone unturned here in the DOB, man. That's all I got to say. We put in that work. Dark is hilarious. I got to put this up because I think it's funny. He says, I'm also on OnlyFans. Dark is hilarious. I got to put it. I think it's hilarious. Hey, but people do use, not funny, true story. Someone actually recommended I go on OnlyFans. Like, oh yeah, you can make a lot of money off OnlyFans. Like, man, I ain't trying to do that. Like, what you going with it? Like, no, like they can pay for your content for like your Beast receipt. I was like, I still think that's odd because if I literally put up a link of OnlyFans, people only have the negative connotation. Oh man, Beast is selling his body as a fitness One, I'm a fitness influencer already, right? I'm a fitness model. You guys know that if you follow me on IG over the course of the years, right? But he's really selling his body now. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? Man, that would be one stormy conversation. I'll tell you that. And I have to say, no, pump the brakes. I'm pumping the brakes here. Like, it's not what you think it is, man. I'm not gonna explain that 10,000 times to people. They're like, yeah, cool. I'll be like, don't believe me? Subscribe to my OnlyFans. $9.99 membership. Oh my gosh. Hey, there's people that make money though. Hey, I'm not hating. Hey, do whatever. Hey, I don't judge. I don't judge. Dark says that wasn't me. I swear. Kikaha Raider. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't making stuff up. Kikaha Raider, how you doing today? Jeremy Willis says, Beast, who's your MVP for offense besides Devontae Adams, and on defense besides Condor? Gosh. Are you mean today for mandatory minicamp when they're in shorts, or do you think the future? If you want to give me, if I'm going to have a strong conviction on the Beast receipt, I have to wait till training camp and how injuries play a role on not just the Raiders, but the other 31 other NFL teams. So I can't give you an answer on that until we're so far ahead right now. I mean, I don't reserve comments for Beast receipts really for things like that of that nature until after I get a good sample size of how training camp is going, right? And the comments are hilarious. Kikara says, not worth it, bro. What if mom finds out? Oh, my mom already knows. What if I said that for my mom? No, my mom would kill me. She would literally fly down here tonight, and that'd be the end of it. That'd be the end of it. Oh my gosh. Jared says, future. People are going to be watching this on the replay like, oh my God, how did we talk about OnlyFans? Because, hey, why is it called OnlyFans anyways? Do you guys know the backstory on that? Why it's called OnlyFans? No, I'm having, and by the way, I never even clicked on the OnlyFans link. I never probably will. But I'll be honest with you. You know, being in the fitness game and being a bodybuilder, you know, there are some friends who are on OnlyFans. Hey, I don't judge. Make their money. Actually, one friend was like, oh yeah, you should do it too, but not for that, for your sports. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. She's like, no, it's not like, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But you make hella money. No, not like that. It's not my flavor. Derek Kid says, it's interesting that all these people are putting out who looks good so far during training camp. They better look lights out in board shorts and no pads. Yeah, I mean, look, my flavor is on this is I'm reserving comment. Okay, my flavor right this on if we're at Baskin Robbins and you have 31 flavors to choose from when it comes to analyzing guys in board shorts and no shells and just the helmets. I'd be vanilla, right? I would be vanilla. Not even vanilla bean. Not even French vanilla. I'd just be vanilla. I'd be plain vanilla. Why? Because I can't grade somebody or evaluate somebody based on that. I want to see the path. And I talked about it with my boy Levi today. I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, I cannot tell you who's good or bad. And we're having this conversation. People want to ask me who's good. I was like, I can't do that. Because, I mean, we were talking football. And like, man, we all played, and guy, I'm not going to call out anyone, but I'm saying there's some guys that just are great practice squad players. And then when the lights come on, they're nowhere to be seen, right? They're great practice players, but when the lights come on, they're nowhere to be seen. Same thing kind of applies in shorts. Like, man, what if a guy runs 4.3 in shorts, right? But on film, he runs a 4.6. Vice versa. What if a guy in pads or in shorts, let's say a guy in shorts runs a 4.6, but looks faster at a 4.5, like Christopher Smith, 4.4. 4.48. That's what I saw on film. So Christopher Smith is more quicker than fast, but at the end of the day, that 40 time that he had, which was a 4.6 or something like that, that doesn't translate on film. He's a lot faster than that. So again, I don't always agree what I see on board shorts, right? That's just one thing. Let me write this down. James says, I'm 51 and overweight, but I can run route in shorts. Yeah, me too. Look, we all can, right? We all can. That's why I'm like, man, I cannot, and I will not. And again, this is just I'm not knocking anyone for doing that. Look, if they want to say a player's doing good, who's saying they're wrong? I'm not saying they're wrong, because what if they turn out to be right? Then they have the inside track on that, right? Like they said, XYZ player's doing well. They said that, Aiden O'Connell's doing well. Jacorian Bennett's doing well. Who else we got? That people, Zeus White. I'm just throwing out player names. Zeus White's doing well. Which they, but for me, I kind of like to pump the brakes on that and get a strong glimpse of how they're running the installs, how they're grasping it from the shoulders up. And then once the pads come on, how does that resonate in terms of getting it to where now you're reacting instead of read and reacting? You guys understand what I'm saying? Because again, when football is key and speed in the NFL is by tenths of a second, you really have to do and take the little guesswork that you have out of the equation, especially coming in as a rookie or undrafted free agent trying to make a roster. So again, I'm reserving comment until the pads come on. Kikaha Reyes says, who are the first and last guys in the building besides Max? Me. You're looking at it. It's true. No, but I don't roll in at 5 a.m. obviously, and I'm kind of joking here because we don't come in at 5 a.m. Max Crosby, I would say, is one. I think Jimmy Garoppolo would be another. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, no one's talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, but because I know I covered Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco. Remember, I have the inside track on that, right? So, like, guys, people want to talk about what's going on in mandatory minicamp. I have the inside track on Jimmy Garoppolo and his work ethic. Unquestioned work ethic, right? And so I would say Jimmy Garoppolo, right? I would say Jimmy Garoppolo. I would say guys like, who can we go? Divine Diablo may be one, right? I think Divine Diablo, Devontae Adams is another one, obviously. But I mean, these guys are kind of like common sense, right? Like they should be the standard, right? They should be the standard. They don't have to be, but they should be. But yeah, getting back to Max Crosby, man, that guy is just a monster, man. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Check off the Beast receipt 15 years from now. Max Crosby is going to be, save it. I said this on last 3 live streams. I'll say on every live stream up until the day he retires. Max Crosby is going to be a Hall of Famer. Max Crosby is going to be a Hall of Famer. Barring injury, of course, knock on wood. But if he stays healthy, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. In fact, he might. Oh, shoot. Now I'm going way overboard. Max, just the work ethic. The work ethic. We got Pharaoh NFL in the house. Pharaoh, what's going on, bro? I appreciate you. I still got to get in touch with you on a podcast live stream or some type of deal where I hop on your channel, you hop on my channel. We kind of work something out. I still got to do some things with Sanjeet and Samoan Raider. Again, there's a lot of cool things that are happening in the DOB. I'm doing it all for you. Again, there's a lot of back end stuff that you guys aren't seeing, right? Outside of the production meetings that we're having, outside of doing the live streams, preparing for every live stream on the Monday through Friday basis. Curating, again, this is a one-man show. I wish if I had one other person to delegate the work, man, that guy would probably quit. Just delegating the work in half, that guy would probably quit after the first day. He'd be like, you know what, this is too much, man. Like, I can't be using hashtags on this. I can't be finding the SEO on what works and what doesn't work. I can't. Come on. Someone talk to me. I'm a one-man show. Jeremy Willis says, Beast, besides Diablo, whose physique has improved the most from last year? That is a great question. I think Isaiah Polamau would be one. He looks a little bit bigger. That's my guy right there, Isaiah Polamau. I don't think too many people are talking about him. They should. I know the Raiders really, really like him. He's one of the 4 undrafted rookie free agents last year, along with Luke Masterson, Darian Butler, and Sam Webb. So Speaking of Sam Webb, he kind of got. I mean, it is in board shorts, but if there's one thing that I want to point out, Cam Sims ran a nice speed out to the left along the sideline. I posted it up on the community page up on YouTube. But again, if you turn on the bell notifications, you would know what happens there. Check out the YouTube community page. I posted up a lot of things there. You guys are going to want to see my news notes and quotes from today's mandatory minicamp. But that's what I have to say about that. Cam Sims made a nice catch in front of Sam Webb, and the players were going wild. Juan Navala says, Beast, summer checklist, buy binoculars, study players during training camp. 3, present Beast receipts for the season. I do, the Beast receipts I've been doing all year long. You guys can keep track yourselves, and I keep track of all of them. Again, how you can tell if I get it wrong is that's where the haters come out. And cash in on challenges. Absolutely. Can we cash in on the Beast receipts from last year? I mean, it is a Beast receipt that checked out, right? So can we just look at all the, just saying, can we do that as well? I'd be down with that, Juan. Juan, we have to meet up, by the way. You're coming in town. We're going to meet up. In fact, there's 2 other people that reached out to me, and they're going to be in town. Koyoshida, by the way, thank you so much for the Venmo donations. I talked to him today on Instagram. I talked to a lot of you guys on social media, which is really, really cool, through DMs and so forth. But and I don't read all of them. I get so many, like I'm so popular, cool story. No, but I do get. See, here's another one. All right, so I got to get back to that question. All right, so anyways, I really appreciate everyone, but no, yeah, check the Beast receipts, man. And if you guys want to support me and add them up and want to support me, boom, that's $100 right there. And that will help through, because that's already in the books, right? That's already archived. That's already done. Can't say it, did it say it, didn't say it. Kikaha Raider says, was hoping you'd say Jimmy G. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Oh, man. Daniel Kim says, facts, Juan. Let's go. Eric Ramos says, love your work, Beast. I appreciate it, Eric. And thank you so much for joining in, Eric. I love talking to you guys. It makes this more personable, right? And that's one of the things why I started doing things this way, is because I want to be different, right? Doesn't necessarily make it better or worse. It's just different. It's just a different flavor, a different vibe that we bring on the daily. And I think what's really cool about my vibe, and again, everyone has their own vibe and their own flavor, but I like taking the time and talking to you guys because I think that's more of a personal interaction and you actually gain something from it rather than just simply reading an article and then me just checking off and signing out and being done for the day. And then I can do whatever hell I want. The rest of my day is free. Because, and the reason I say that is not throwing shade at anyone, because again, you only have so many hours a day. A lot of these people have families and kids and other priorities that they have to stay on top of, right? Obviously, right? You only have so many hours in a day. So that's like their number one priority. If I had a family and kid, I'd be doing the same thing. But I don't have that right now. So you guys are my family. So that's why I have the bandwidth to go ahead and do that. And so I make time for you guys. And hopefully it pays off. I mean, hopefully it pays off. We need 10K subscribers here on YouTube. Spread the word to all your family and friends and say, look, Beastwriter is a beat writer. That's why they call him the Beastwriter, because he's a beat writer and he's a beast. Get his Beast receipts check out, and he is also a beast in the gym. He competes. He's a bodybuilder, going for his pro card professionally. National qualified to turn pro. Okay, so a lot of different layers to this, but yes, that's what I do. Follow him. Why? He's a beat writer. Oh, he is? Yeah. Oh, you see those videos that people are posting? Yeah, that's Beast videos. They just take off the watermark or they just kind of zoom in on the shot and then they say what he says and then they write a little caption about it. Oh, yeah. That's right. Everything timestamps. Boom. Checks out. Oh, man. Daniel Kim says, Beast and Pharaoh NFL raiding the tomb. Ooh, that's a good one. Raiding the tomb. I like that. That'd be a good name for our show. Pharaoh NFL. You have to approve that, though. My guy, Pharaoh NFL, will have to approve the name of the show. And follow my guy, Pharaoh NFL. Dennis, I saw you posting his YouTube channel. Make sure you go ahead and do that and support my guy, Pharaoh NFL, who's in the house. Follow my guy. He does really good. He does really good. No, he does really good work as a content creator covering the silver and black. And again, that's my guy right there. Pharaoh and Raider Ray as well. Follow Raider Way as well. Them two, they're Beast approved, right? Just like Samoan Raiders Beast approved, right? And there's a vetting process, right, on who I promote, and it's not throwing shade at anyone. It's just there has to be a vetting process for me as a beat writer. Again, I'm not a content creator. I am a beat writer. This is my 9 to 5, right? So again, it's just a different vibe, right? And from a beat writer perspective, can only speak for myself, but let's face it, other beat writers do the same thing. They only associate with certain content creators because there's a vetting process that has to be in line, right? That takes place. Jeremy Willis says Jimmy G, knowing the offensive system and his exceptional red zone efficiency, is going to lead to a better season than last year with Carr. Absolutely. Walvo says it would be great to carry all your Beast receipts grouped by year, month, 2023, January, February. Yeah, you can go on Twitter and check my Beast receipts. Everything's checked off in there. Everything's on YouTube as well. So for me to do this, like having it boom, 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 that's an extra how many hours that I do not have in a day. Like I'm already spreading myself too thin. But if you watch my live streams, you guys can keep track. And then that way you'll know. But again, how I know I want to be here if the Beast receipts didn't check out more times than not. Just saying. But again, the haters come out only when I get it wrong. And how many times do I get it wrong? But yeah, we'll definitely keep track. I mean, if you guys want to keep track, we can keep track. I just don't have the bandwidth to keep. Now, if I hired someone that, again, if I delegate the work 50-50, I'd be like, hey, but again, I'm a one-man show. But the Beast receipts, check out. Just go on. I mean, everything's posted on live streams, right? Everyone's posted in my video. So go ahead and see what I had to say on that. Go check on Twitter. Everything's posted on that. You can find anything you want on Twitter, anything you want on Instagram, anything you want on YouTube, Facebook. Everything checks out. So that's all I got to say. I mean, speaking of Alex Leatherwood, I mean, who predicted that Josh Jacobs would be drafted number 24 by the Raiders? This guy. Who said that Jonathan Abram would be drafted by the Seattle Seahawks? I believe is at number 20. I think it was like 26 or 27 or something like that. This guy. And where did he go to after he wasn't on the Raiders? He went to the Seattle Seahawks. So again, you see where this kind of comes into play. And then what I said about Cleve Farrell, I was like, oh, that's the biggest bust in round 1. So the Beast receipts check out. I mean, can't say I said it. Can't say I didn't say it. It's all up there. So that's the thing about it is like, I wouldn't be in the position I am today if the Beast receipts didn't check out. Because let's face it, if I got it wrong, you suck at your job, bro. Even 70% is pretty bad. I told you guys that. Like, you have to be 80, 85, even 85 for me is bad. Look at, and predicting the 53-man roster, I was at, a 96% success rate. I'm predicting the 53-man roster. So, my first year covering the Niners all the way through, I had an 88% success rate on predicting 53-man rosters. Stat lines down to a science. So again, with my grading system, it's just a lot of work, man, that goes into it. But again, the haters only come out when I get it wrong, which is not very often. They get loud, right? But hey, do they get loud when my Beast receipts check off? No, because they'd be getting loud all the time for no reason. Because they'd be like, oh, Beast is right. Okay. Oh, he got one wrong. Let's round up the guys. He got one wrong. Let's get him. Get him, George. Farrell NFL says 100. Oh, man. All right, so I think we're going to sign off right now. We've been on for 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 30 seconds. If you guys like the vibe that I bring on the daily, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as we break down all things Beast in real time, straight from Raiders headquarters as one of the handful of beat writers who works there as our 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then on Sundays at the game. So again, up in the press box and down on the field, and your guys are going to get a lot of behind-the-scenes access coverage that no one else can provide. There's only a handful of us who are beat writers. Literally, you can count them on 2 hands. That's it. And that's the beat writers, right? I think there's only 9 of us. There's only nine guys on the beat. And so I'm one of the 9. So again, if I'm your choice of flavor and you guys like the vibe that I bring, and again, we're going to have other content creators on, like Samoan Raider, right? He agreed to work something out. Maybe we can kind of have a show together. That could be in the works. I'm supposed to hop on the Oos Nation podcast pretty soon on that with Mr. Fitz and Simone. But aside from that, Pharaoh NFL, Raider Ray, a lot of different guys who are going to, and the other beat writers like Vinny, Hondo. Hopefully we can have every beat writer perspective here on the show. Case Kiefer, obviously, PG, Vic Tafer, Tashawn Ryu, whoever wants to and willing to hop on the live stream every Thursday for our Don't Miss a Beat podcast. That would be something that can add a different flavor and perspective. Because again, you guys know what I bring to the table. You guys know about my beat receipts. What about someone else's receipts? What about their receipts? Right? Let's hear from them. Because again, you only have 24 hours to choose to follow who you want to follow. What if I'm missing something? What if it was something I'm saying in my beast receipts and like, hey man, you never even brought up that receipt at all. You even talk about that. And let's say Vinny talks about a player, and that player turns out to be, whatever Vinny said in real time, to hindsight comes out. It's like, man, that's some really good stuff, Vinny. Right? But how would you know that? Because again, that's the vibe that I try to bring. Like, I try to highlight somebody to where you guys can get another perspective. I think that's really, really good. Las Vegas Raiders with Pharaoh NFL says, how's AOC looking in camp? I mean, he's in board shorts. I mean, I'm not saying he's like anything special right now because he's in board shorts and everyone else is in board shorts and it's non-contact. There's no live action going on. So I can't say if a guy's closing on a passing window, if he's going to throw to the receiver and that ball would have been completed on the second or third levels because, again, it's non-contact. So, again, this is my flavor. This is what I bring to the table. I'm very vanilla right now because, again, I'm at Baskin Robbins. We're all at Baskin Robbins. I'm not even a French vanilla. I'm not even a cookies and cream right now. I'm not a mint chocolate chip. I am just straight vanilla right now when it comes to who's doing well and who's doing bad. Because, again, we talked about this here in the DOB. I reserve comment because, again, it's hard to gauge. And this is the coaching perspective for me because I coached, is you can't base it off a guy in shorts. You can only base it off live contact and, again, game time reps, right, when the shells come on. So, again, for me, right, maybe someone else have done it a different way and they're very good at doing it that way and the receipts check out. All right, but that's just how I do it. So I reserve comment for that. But anyways, we've been on for 1 hour, 25 minutes and 55 seconds. If you guys like that vibe that I bring to the table, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Las Vegas Raider Nation says Raider Nation is hungry for football. As always, as you should. Special shout out to those who sent me super chats today. I really, really appreciate it. And if you guys are watching replay and want to send me a super thanks, please go ahead and do so. And I just want to give a special shout out before citing the people who gave me super chats today and special shout outs. Raider Dad for sending me a super thanks of $25 today on the Aloha kickoff video straight from Raiders headquarters as I posted that video live from HQ. GA Patriot, thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And the vibe that you bring on the daily. Thank you so much, Space Chimp. I really, really appreciate it. I'll get those grades over to you. Mac Teddy, thank you so much for coming in the clutch again with a super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And MS, thank you so much. I really appreciate the love. So that's going to end up this live stream. We're going to wrap it up, but we'll be hopping back on tomorrow for our Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat, where we highlight a fellow beat writer at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So again, a Monday through Friday live stream that we're doing, and we're continuing these podcasts, right? These are podcasts now, right? Because YouTube allows us to put these in podcasts. So someone asked me, again, I'm always spreading myself too thin, right? Doing these live streams and being one man. Okay, right? You guys know. Someone asked me on YouTube before I let you guys, I don't get internet. Can you do it? Can you do it in a downloadable format? I'm like, man, that is so much work. No, I'm not going to do that. It's on YouTube. So if you don't have internet, you can get Wi-Fi. There's different ways, but I can't be going. And that's just another thing that I'll have to do. And I don't have the bandwidth to do it. So again, maybe once we get bigger and the money starts flowing, then yeah, maybe I can start hiring some people. But until then, we're a one-man show. So again, if you guys like what I bring to the table and you guys want us to continue to grow, again, you guys can send me a super thanks, super chat, or a Venmo donation, and the link is in the description box below here on YouTube. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Let's keep things hot as we wrap up things tomorrow, straight from Raiders headquarters, as we wrap up the last day of mandatory minicamp for media availability. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Beastwriter out.